Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into pet health right here in Akron.
Yep, that's right. We're going to be focusing on how to keep your furry friends happy and healthy right here in the Rubber City.
Exactly. So if you're an Akron resident and you've got a pet, or maybe you're thinking about getting one, this is the deep dive for you.
We've got some great info to share coming from a guide specifically for Akron pet owners.
And we also have some insights directly from a veterinarian so we can blend practical advice with some, well, maybe surprising facts.
Let's jump right in then.
Okay, so Akron's famous for its four seasons, right?
Right.
But those four seasons can be kind of tough on our pets.
Yeah, definitely. Akron's weather, it's a challenge, right? Scorching summers, freezing winters.
Yeah. It's not just about them being uncomfortable either, is it?
No, not at all. We see a lot of weather-related problems here as a vet. Heat stroke in the summer, paw injuries from the salt in the winter.
Oh, yeah, the salt.
And then, springtime allergies, those can be rough on pets too.
Right. So what can we do? How can we help our pets deal with all of that?
Well, prevention is key, right?
Yeah.
And being aware of the risks, that's the first step. So, in summer, always make sure your pet has plenty of fresh water and some shade.
Especially when you're out walking them, right?
Exactly. You're at Summit Lake or on the Towpath Trail.
Right.
Got to keep them cool. And then in the winter, think about getting those little booties for their paws, to protect them from the salt on the sidewalks.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Um, so those are some good practical tips. But I'm guessing regular vet visits are important too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Super important, especially when the seasons change. A vet can often pick up on subtle signs that we might miss as owners.
Right, so it's about being proactive.
Right, exactly. Getting ahead of any problems.
Okay, and that brings to mind vaccinations, right? Keeping our pets protected.
Vaccinations are crucial. They're like a shield for your pet,
Yeah.
especially in a city like Akron where, well, our pets encounter all sorts of things, right?
Other animals, wildlife.
Yeah, all of that.
Okay, so what vaccines do Akron pet owners absolutely need to know about? What are the essentials?
Okay, so for dogs, the core vaccines are rabies, distemper, adenovirus, parainfluenza, and parvovirus.
Okay, so those are the must-haves, right?
Mhm.
To protect them from those really serious diseases.
Absolutely. And for cats, it's rabies and what's called the FVRCP vaccine. That one covers a bunch of different feline viruses.
Oh, wow. Okay. And are there any extra vaccines that Akron pet owners might want to consider?
Yeah, there are non-core vaccines that could be a good idea depending on, your pet's lifestyle.
Okay, so like what kind of things are we talking about?
Well, let's say your dog spends a lot of time in the woods hiking in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, for instance.
Okay.
In that case, a leptospirosis vaccine might be a good idea.
So it's about tailoring the protection to their Akron adventures.
Exactly. And you know who can help you figure out the best plan?
I'm guessing. The vet.
You got it. They can assess your pet's risk and give you the best advice.
Right, so we've covered the seasons, vaccinations, but what about, other health issues? Things that might not be as obvious.
Yeah, you're talking about the sneaky ones, the things that can be hard to spot at home.
Right. Like what?
Well, dental disease is a big one, and arthritis, even obesity.
Yeah. Those can be tricky, can't they? You might not notice them right away.
Exactly. They can sneak up on you.
But I guess those routine vet visits we keep talking about, those can help with that, right?
For sure. Because, you see, a vet can often spot those subtle signs that we as owners might miss. A trained eye.
Yeah. Okay.
And the earlier you catch something, the easier it is to manage, usually. And it can prevent bigger problems later on.
So regular checkups aren't just about peace of mind, they're about early detection. And ultimately, it's about giving our pets the best shot at a long, healthy life, right?
Exactly. It really can make a difference. And not just for the obvious things either.
Oh,
Yeah, those checkups can also help uncover underlying conditions, like diabetes or kidney disease.
oh, wow. Before they become really serious.
Exactly. Early detection is key. It's really important to find a vet who really gets your pet and their needs.
So you're saying it's not just about finding any vet.
Right, it's more than that.
It's about finding the right vet
Yeah.
for you and your pet.
For your furry, feathered, or even scaled companion.
Oh, okay, I like
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go to a heart doctor if you broke your leg, would you?
No, of course not.
Same with our pets.
Oh,
Akron's lucky to have a really diverse vet community.
oh, that's good.
So you can find experts in, well, pretty much anything. Canine orthopedics, feline dentistry, even vets who specialize in exotic pets.
That's great, especially if you have a less common pet.
Exactly.
But I guess my question is, wouldn't any vet be able to, spot a broken leg, for example?
Sure, any vet can handle the common stuff,
Right.
but a specialist will have that deeper knowledge, to really ensure the best outcome.
Okay, so give me an example.
Let's say your dog has a broken leg. An orthopedic vet might know the latest surgical techniques
Oh, I see.
or the best rehab therapies for that specific type of fracture.
So your pet recovers faster and better.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, finding a specialist is like ensuring your pet gets the absolute best care.
For their specific needs.
Yeah. And it's not just about the specialized knowledge.
It's about something more.
It's also about that relationship you build with a vet.
Okay, so what do you mean by that?
A vet who understands your pet's personality, their history, their quirks, all of that.
Okay.
Imagine you have a dog who's scared of strangers.
Oh, yeah, that can be tough.
A vet who knows your dog and their anxieties, they can make the whole experience much better for everyone.
Makes it less stressful.
Exactly. And that relationship is even more important as your pet gets older.
Oh, how so?
Well, as pets age, they might start having subtle changes.
Okay.
A vet who's been with your pet for years, they're more likely to notice those changes.
Because they know the pet so well.
Exactly.
So, what kind of changes are we talking about?
Well, maybe they're not as playful as they used to be.
Okay.
Or maybe they're having trouble, jumping up on the couch or going up the stairs.
Or maybe they're just, I don't know, quieter.
Yeah, or more withdrawn.
So it's about paying attention to those subtle shifts.
Yeah, in their personality, their habits.
In how they act.
Exactly. And the physical signs can be subtle too.
Like what?
Maybe they're stiff when they get up, or they don't want to be touched in certain spots.
Or maybe, even though they're potty trained, they're having accidents.
Yeah, things like that.
It's like they're trying to tell us something's wrong.
But they can't use words.
Exactly.
And we have to be their voice.
We have to be able to understand what they're trying to tell us.
Right. And the good news is we can learn to recognize those signs.
Okay, so once we do recognize them, what then?
Talk to your vet. They can figure out what's causing the pain.
Because pain can be a big deal, right?
Absolutely. It's not just uncomfortable. It affects their quality of life.
I see what you mean.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Try to imagine going for a walk with a sore knee or playing fetch with a stiff back.
Ouch.
Right. Not very fun.
No, not at all.
And it's heartbreaking to think that our pets might be suffering silently.
It really is.
But we can make a difference.
Okay, good.
By being aware, by advocating for them, by working with our vets.
So our senior pets can enjoy their golden years.
Pain-free and full of joy.
And that takes us back to that vet-pet-parent partnership.
Absolutely.
Finding a vet you trust is so important.
It's like having a guide for your pet's healthcare journey.
Someone to help you through the challenges, anticipate problems.
And make sure your pet gets the best care possible.
And that's especially important here in Akron.
Right.
With our mix of city and nature, the crazy weather.
You got it.
Akron throws a lot at our pets.
It does.
Having a trusted vet can make all the difference.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
We have.
Let's think about you, our listener. What does all this mean for you and your pet?
Good question. That's something to think about as we go into the last part of our deep dive.
So we've talked about a lot today.
We have.
Akron weather, senior pet needs.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
All about giving you the tools to be the best pet parent you can be.
Right here in Akron.
That's right.
And it seems like that vet-pet-parent partnership is really at the heart of it all.
You got it. It really is.
It's so important.
Think of this deep dive like a roadmap.
Okay, yeah.
But your local vet is like your GPS.
I like that analogy.
They can guide you, through all those twists and turns of your pet's health.
And that's especially important here in Akron, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
We've got that unique mix of urban and natural environments.
Right.
Akron's got it all.
It does.
So as we wrap up, we want to leave you with a challenge.
Okay.
Think about your pet,
Yeah.
their specific needs.
What are those things that might be a risk for them here in Akron?
Maybe it's those hot summer sidewalks.
Or all the wildlife around.
Could be anything.
The point is to have that conversation with your vet.
Ask questions. Share your concerns.
Work together to come up with a plan.
A plan that's just right for your pet.
Exactly.
Because the best advice isn't from a book or, a deep dive like this.
From a vet who knows your pet.
Someone who understands Akron and all its quirks.
That's where you'll find the best guidance.
So Akron pet owners, go out there and be your pet's advocate.
They depend on us.
A healthy pet equals a happy Akron life, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself.